everyone. Today we're going to be delving into some Dastardly Duos. Let's talk about my experience with this. It was something interesting to say the least. But yeah, here you go. There's Dastardly Duos here. You face some bosses. You've got the quests. They give you some not really that important loot, I'll be honest. Just gives you some stuff. A cosmetic toy. And some little bits and bobs. But some of the interesting things are the rewards you get. But this fella here, this guy, he actually gives you like food buffs that you can order. And then when you go into the thing, they'll be there. Yeah, and then you've got these little like armor pad thingies. So they're a bit lackluster, I'll be honest. I thought they'd be quite cool. But these little shoulders, I don't know, I don't care. I'm not really going to be trying to go for them. But this little pouch thing you get from this quest is pretty fucking sick. So you get this little banner here. That's quite cool. And then when you open the pouch, you've got a mask of penance. You know what that's from? That's from like a TBC dungeon. That's very like sought after transmog, that is. So for me to get it out of like a random bag, like, I'm not sure if this random bag just gives you like a genuinely like a random piece of loot from the entire world. That'd be sick, but I think it might. But yeah, if it does, that's such a good pick. But yeah, we've got the mask of penance out of that one. So we're going in now. Now we're going downstairs. Alright, so this is what it looks like when you're in the duo. So I'm an unholy for this one. And this person here, if you speak to them, will actually get rid of all your friends you've got. So you come with like a 5-man. It's AI 5-man, which is quite decent. They have a couple of buffs you can pick up here as well. So you've got like this vial that gives you healing. There's one that gives you movement speed. There's a DK. That's quite nice. But to be honest, there's not really a lot that you're running away from. Maybe like gathering if you're in blood. But yeah, so here we go. I'm going to hop into it right now. I went for, what was the build? I think it was like an AoE build. A bit stupid. I mean, doesn't matter. It's a lot of AoE at the start here. So the main goal here is to just kill the trash. So I thought, oh, it can't be that hard. With how easy Horrific Visions were, I thought, oh, all the content is going to be bloody easy. So hop in, pull everything, just pull it. I'm actually expecting to Twilight Dev for some reason right now. I think I would actually change that. But yeah, eventually when you kill all the trash, the bosses come. So they'll be there in a sec. But you see there's like little rings and stuff. There's little like added objectives to kill. There's these barrier things, or like the props, you can actually kill those as well, which I thought was quite funny. But yeah, so we got, what was this, Lord Godfrey or some guy and the Baron. So basically the bosses from Silverpine Forest or that Shadowpan Keep, that one. But yeah, so turns out it's not that difficult. So I thought. But yeah, when you got this... you got these guys helping you, they're kind of healing you up, giving you buffs, interrupting things. It's quite nice. Obviously, you can do this with the pass if you want, but I just decided to do it on my own. But yeah, I mean, there's not much going on really. I didn't really know how to like do that thing. It's just like a clickable, interactable cheer, but you have to do it anyway for the quest in order to get those cosmetic things. But yeah, eventually. Bosses die, but once your original bosses do perish, you can summon more. So there's these little like cog things on the ground as well. I don't actually interact with them at the moment, but yeah, there's little rings that also give you like double score, and obviously the whole thing's built on score at the end of the instance when you kill both your sets of bosses. You'll get a score on how well you did, how much damage you did, these added objectives you did. But yeah, you can call additional mobs to come as well. So being unholy is quite decent because obviously we got nice kit. But as you can see, as you might be able to tell, my pet keeps despawning. It would respawn, despawn, respawn, despawn. If I would respawn it myself, it would still despawn. There's basically no point to do it. So at this point, I'm thinking I can't even really get my burst out because Dark Transformation to end. I tried to switch to Frost and it didn't really work. And I'm just thought, you know what? Fuck this shit. There's nothing else here to do. I'm leaving. Now, try it again. So this time, switch from Unholy, because obviously the pet doesn't spawn, can't do anything with it. Switch from Unholy. Let's try Frost. So I'm trying a Shattering Frost build, just because it's consistent damage, and this seems to be consistent damage as well. So, I mean, both would be fine. Probably would absolutely destroy the mob quite quickly, but I don't care. Trying Shattering. But, what am I doing? That was a mistake. So I got rid of my friends. And look at that. Let me see that again. And if you get rid of your party, you are fucked. He hits so hard. What's myself? This can't be real. Thought, oh, am I supposed to be killing these with the kill all trash thing? Oh, okay. Didn't even know you could even get in that. But then you do like a bombardment. So I thought, oh, that's fine. So then I just do that, get back in, do it again. Just do that until all the trash is dead. You can only do it once. So I did that. And now all the mobs hate me. I thought, right, take it easy. Take it nice and slow. It's going to be fine. They have a lot of health. And they hit fucking hard. Just one pack hurts. But surely this can't be right. Surely it's not real. But yeah, I'm literally almost dying to just 2 mobs. They hit so hard. For some reason I thought it'd be a good idea to pull more, but I don't know. Didn't really work out for me, so yeah, at this point I'm thinking, what the fuck am I doing here? And I think, let's leave. Alright, so head back to my bank. And did you know that legendaries actually scale up? So I'm going to go and grab myself a nice little mark of fireless from the last expansion. That did a decent amount of damage. Don't know whether or not it'd actually do more damage than what best and slots would give, but I thought I'd give it a go because I haven't used it in ages. But yeah, if you speak to this guy, actually, I found the fortified food, and it gives you a big damage reduction. Aha! Surely that's the answer to our problems here. I thought, right, well now that we've got this food, go back in, now I'll be a tank. I'll play DPS tank, essentially, and be alright. So now let's give it another go with this food. You can still have the food and the friends, but I don't really feel like there's much of a point for that because it's got tank to just tank everything anyway. So if I got rid of my friends, I want to see if I can do it on your own. So no, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. I want to see if you could do it on your own. No, you can't. It still really hurts, even with this fortified debuff. Dead straight away. So right, got this fortified debuff and I'm dead. Nothing you could do. So I thought, let's try this again. Let's take off the food buff. Let's keep the friends. Let's go one more time as Frost, and let's see how this goes. Let's just complete the whole thing. So still have my mark on, still have my legendary on, but I don't have food buff that gives you less damage, because it also gives you, even though you take less damage, you do a lot less damage. But I kept my tank friends, so now it's a lot easier. So generally, if you want to do this, do it with your 5-man stack. For some reason, there's just no way you'll ever be able to do this on your own. Maybe if you're a range, but as a DK, not a chance, mate. But yeah, it seems to be the same mobs, because every time I pulled this, it was the same bosses. But eventually, yeah, once you kill the bosses, the other 2 will spawn. There you are. So it's the same ones as last time. And they don't really do much. In terms of actual like mechanics you need to avoid, I genuinely, these 2, I don't do anything. I was just sat there doing damage, cleaving every now and then. Like this ice shards, I just use the defensive for that. It hurt quite a lot actually. Well, hurt alright. But like AMS with so much to deal with it, doesn't do anything. But they don't do anything else to really worry about. Not sure if I'm supposed to be like interacting with the world at this point and getting points. But what I was doing was going around clicking some of the gears actually. So you'll see all the gears have actually gone off the floor there because I clicked them all off screen. But yeah, once they were dead, summoned more ads in as well, because you summon more ads, you get more points. More points for killing. But I think if you kill them in this little zone, then you get more points. However, because you're not the tank, you can't pull them there. Your AI tank will just leave them exactly where they are. You can't do anything about it. But these 2 guys, so these are 2 different bosses. So after you kill the first 2, you get these 2. And one of them's an Orc Mage, and the other one's that boss from TBC Dungeons. Or was it Shattered Halls? Is that the right one? Not too sure. But yeah, you just avoid the shit on the ground, don't get hit by the line, and that's that. And there's nothing really else you have to do. Now, I think the tank might be dealing with something with this guy, but because you're not the tank, you're not dealing with anything. But yeah, I just used this opportunity to click shit. But there you go. This is what it's like. Finish it. You don't really get much at the end, to be honest. I think I got like a piece of gear that, again, it was kind of like the Mask of Penance for just this random item. Random like Cataclysm shoulder piece, which is quite cool. Definitely good for ults and getting ults geared. But yeah, nothing really much more to do than that.